Hello and welcome to the Football Parliament podcast, your one stop destination for all your football debates, opinions, and discussions. After a really long wait, truly the best league in world football is back with three entertaining, thrilling, fun filled, goal flooded days of football. I said goal flooded because across 10 matches we had 34 goals. Very interestingly, zero draws, only wins and losses. Started with an upset when newly promoted Brentford defeated Arsenal and ended with a surprise as well when defending champions Manchester City were handed a defeat in the hands of Tottenham Hotspur. Discussing all of the matches and more, I'm joined by Hakam and Manish as usual. Welcome, guys, and how are you all doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay,
I'm
then.
great as well.
Yep. Right then, since we are recording this podcast at about 11:30, only 30 minutes after the City Tottenham game, let's dive straight into the match we are very fresh in memory of. How come, what do you feel as a United fan about City losing their first game of the season?
I was absolutely delighted when Son scored that banger. I mean, in my opinion, it was a fluke, and Son was very bad the whole game. But that was a beautiful goal, and Spurs played very well. They look very exciting under their new coach, Nuno Santo, and Jaffet Tanganga. What a game he had! Pocketing Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling, 150 million pounds combined. What a player! What a player!
Yeah, also the fact that this was actually the most expensive lineup in football history is something that I read before the game. The lineup that Manchester City did bring out for the game. Tottenham
50
were
million
without.
pounds
Yeah,
averaging per player
yeah,
for
Tottenham were
City.
without Harry Kane as well. But I really love the way Nuno set up the team and his clear counter-attacking football again shined. And not to forget the way Tottenham defended. Really, really impressed. Manish, who was your favorite player from the match? Your star of the match?
Tanganga. He had a very good game. Like Hakan said, when you said they pocketed Grealish and Sterling. So yeah, he was excellent. Not make a single mistake.
Completely agreed. 150 million in his pocket, just at Tanganga. And other things to take away from the game, I think Lucas Moura was very impressive. I think he's going to be one player that's really going to be fitting Nuno's counter-attacking system well with his pace, his drives, his run forwards. The same can be said for Stephen Bergwijn, who was good, but I think he should have taken the one-on-one chance that he had. Any other derivatives from the game, Hakum?
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg deserves to play for a bigger club. He's just way too good for that Tottenham team. I think he should come to Manchester United, but we'll see. And yeah, that's it for the Tottenham game, I think.
Yeah, I think it's
Guardiola.
not really a worry for Manchester City as well. They started last season as well on a poor note. I think they were 15th or something after some 5 to 6 games, but they bounced back well. And I don't really see many causes of worries for Manchester City apart from the fact that this match will highlight their need for a number nine. Will they sign Kane? We shall see. Let's move on to the next match then. This one Hakam will really enjoy because what a start to the season it was for Manchester United. Manish, did you see the game Manchester United versus Leeds?
Of course, I did. I was watching Bruno with the hat trick. Opening day carried me on Premier League fantasy. So yes, made my
He
captain.
carried everyone. He carried everyone, not just.
Like always.
Hakam, so just suppose that this is the 90th minute, like you all have just won the match. What was your immediate reaction? How were you feeling?
I was buzzing,
All right.
and like every single season, we're winning the lot. Treble incoming, you know. On a serious note, this was a tremendous start to the season. Scott McTominay, our box-to-box midfielder, he is Ole's new box-to-box midfielder. He was great. Paul Pogba with the record-tying 4 assists in a single match. in a single Premier League game. Pogba was exceptional. Bruno was, of course, exceptional. Greenwood showing just how matured he is from since when he made his debut for United, and I think McFred. I don't hate McFred anymore. They're actually not too bad for our system, and I can't wait for Varane to make his debut and Sancho to start his first game.
So you're saying that you no longer want a pure defensive mid at United?
I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't mind us not signing one in this transfer window. I think we still stand a chance at winning the league even without a defensive midfielder.
Valid points. Manish, many impressive performances, but who was the pick from the bunch in Manchester United versus Leeds according to you? I don't think you're audible over there. I'll give that question to Hakim. Who was the pick of the bunch over there?
It has to be Paul Pogba. What a game he had.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
And even Luke Ayling's goal. It was a
Oh, for sure.
wonderful goal. No one expected that. And even David De Gea had a great game. And of course, no keeper was saving that Luke Ayling shot. But I think David De Gea deserves some recognition for his good game.
For sure. Manish, which other game from game week 1 really caught your eye, really attracted you?
This Leeds United versus Manchester United and West Ham. The West Ham game.
The West Ham game, 6-goal game. Your takeaways from West Ham versus Newcastle?
It was a really impressive game. First they were 2-1 down, and then suddenly they scored a rebound from the penalty, and then out of nowhere again they scored one more goal. It was really great. It was joy to watch.
Yeah, I think the kind of game it was, end-to-end football. That's what you love to see. The La Liga could never, Manish.
They claim
it. Anyway,
final 11-1.
Of course.
What?
Yes,
Anyway,
can we continue? Yes.
Yeah. Moving on to the champions of Europe, let's move on to Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, where Crystal Palace were absolutely demolished. The scoreline doesn't reflect the way the match went because from minute 1 to minute 90, Chelsea was dominating. I think around 85 to 90% of the game was played in Crystal Palace's half, and it's not like Palace aren't a good team themselves. They've got some really good quality players in the likes of Zaha. There are a few more, but
don't say it. I know what you're gonna say. Just don't say it. The striker, he's not a good player. No, please stop. Eberechi Eze. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Eze.
Yeah,
he's a good player too.
Yeah, he's currently even the centre back Mark Guehi, he is a good centre back, and
yeah. The
anyway,
keeper Guaita as well.
Yeah, Guaita as well. Benteke.
And you okay? Sure, you said it. Okay, moving on.
Yep, so a very impressive performance from Chelsea as well. If I just have a look at the other games, looking at the Big Six first, Arsenal, the first game of the season. Manish, how stunned were you? Were you even stunned the way Arsenal were playing after you saw the result?
Actually, I expected Arsenal to win, or if not win, at least draw. They created 19 chances, and literally none of them was a big chance. And
19 chances, he had 0 big chances. Quite an impressive start.
So this is not expected from a team like Arsenal. Yeah, I know they're not really up to the level at the moment, but still, they're Arsenal, one of the biggest clubs in England, if you look overall. So this level of football and this level of embarrassment is not expected from that club.
You mentioned before the video, Hakim, that you do follow Brentford closely. So what impressed you in them?
Brentford's right winger Brian Mbeumo impressed me a lot.
Okay.
He's, in my opinion, he's a player like Alan Saint Saint-Maximin. He is one of those players you love to watch. He's aesthetically pleasing, but he also brings impact to the game.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, and their first goal was you could say Arsenal were robbed because the ball was out of play, but
Yeah.
it was a beautiful goal. It was a class finish, and their second goal from a corner. I mean, it's a simple set piece goal.
Wasn't
Arsenal.
even a corner, it was actually a long throw in. So conceding from a
Oh, okay.
conceding from a long throw in is
From a long,
actually
that's
very,
embarrassing.
yeah, that's quite embarrassing. You barely see goals being conceded from the long throw in. First went past Pablo Mari, then past Bernd Leno. As a keeper, you cannot let a long throw go past you. Exactly what happened, and then Oliver Norwood capitalized on the situation and 2-0 to Brentford. Moving on to Liverpool, then a 3-0. Yeah, it was 3-0, I guess. A 3-0
3-0,
result
yeah.
for 3-0 result for Liverpool as well. The mandatory opening day goal for Mo Salah as well, and goal for Diego
Two
Jota.
assists
So
as well, I think, right?
Firmino and Jota.
great for fantasy points.
Yeah.
But then one also a goal for Roberto Firmino. So the fact that Jota scored the first goal, Firmino scored the second goal. Do you think, Manish, going forward in the season, having Jota and Firmino as the two striker options is good enough? Because many people have claimed that Liverpool still need a world-class striker up top.
Yeah, possibly.
How come? What about you? Do you think Liverpool need a world-class?
Yes, I do think Liverpool need a world class striker. You might say, oh, their first choice striker came off the bench and scored one, and their second choice striker also scored one. But it's Norwich. Come on, it's the first game of the season, and it's Norwich. You can't decide if they need a number 9 or not.
Yeah.
The Euro Cup.
And yeah, so in my opinion, they do still need a number 9.
Who would that
Yeah.
be as per you?
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe would be a perfect fit, but he's not gonna join. He's not gonna join Liverpool. He's got his sights set at Real Madrid. He's not gonna stoop down till a garbage club like Liverpool.
Another very shocking fixture that I would like to take the attention to is another newly promoted team destroying, I could say, till an extent, a established Premier League team when Watford defeated Aston Villa after all the impressive summer business that Villa did. All the new signings. I remember making a video with Manish as well on this topic. Manish projected Villa to finish fifth, and
Yes, with it. No.
Yeah.
I predict him to finish in the top 6, but fifth.
okay,
Top 6.
yeah, right. So, Hakam, what are your thoughts on Watford versus Aston Villa?
It was very unexpected. I thought when I was watching the game, I thought Watford just is just some early Aston Villa aren't in the mood yet, and they're gonna get some goals back and they're gonna win the game easily. But it was actually a great game, 3-2, and I don't think Aston Villa fans should be bothered a lot by this. They've just lost their captain. They'll take some time to adjust, and they have a class squad, and they can still easily finish in the top 6, in my opinion. At least top 10, not in the top 6, top 10.
Yeah. Looking at the other fixtures, Burnley versus Brighton, 2-1 win for Brighton, quite standard over there. A good note for Rafa Benitez as he started his Everton career with a 3-1 win over the Saints. There was Leicester City versus Wolves, a peach of an assist by Ricardo Pereira for Jamie Vardy and his epic celebration that followed. Yeah, love that from Jamie
The best
Vardy.
shithouse in the
Love to see it.
in
Last
the football
season,
world.
he kicked that flag. This time, he's
And when he celebrated against his goal against Crystal Palace by imitating their bird. Jimmy Vardy is an icon of the game. when it comes to celebrations.
You said it's Bulls. You said Crystal Palace.
Right then, to sum up the video, I'll just ask you guys your favorite goal of the game week, the favorite match of the game week, and finally the favorite player throughout the game week. Starting with Manish, favorite goal, favorite match, and favorite player.
The goal of Leeds, the player's name, I'm forgetting.
Luke Ayling.
Yeah, Luke Ayling. That was a really good goal.
And your best player of the game week? Manish first.
What?
Your best player.
He said Bruno. He said Bruno.
Bruno. I said Bruno.
Hakam, what about you?
My favorite goal of the game week was probably Son's goal against Man City just now, and then my favorite player was Paul Pogba.
Okay.
And my favorite game was West Ham versus Newcastle United.
Agree.
What a treat to watch.
For sure. West Ham versus Newcastle was my favorite game as well. For my favorite player, I'd go for definitely a choice between Bruno and Pogba over there. I'll give it to Bruno this time out. I think I was impressed by Bruno. Could have easily gone with Pogba as well. And my favorite goal, I'd go with Trevor Chalobah against Crystal Palace. The reason why is I think it was really similar to the Luke Ayling goal if you actually see it, the angle and all. And I just really love the narrative because 2 weeks before we were looking for a loan club for Chalobah, most probably in the championship. And right now he's been man of the match in a Super Cup match and his Premier League debut, scoring a banger of a goal. Love the narrative around it. That's why that's my goal of the week. And that was quite a fun discussion with Manish and Hakam about Premier League Game Week 1. So thank you, Manish, and thank you, Hakam, for joining. And thank you all for listening if you're listening till the end. And for more top quality football content, keep listening to the Football Parliament podcast. Signing off.